Hello Vavers, you're watching YouTube channel Daily USA News Alert. Breaking. GOP lawmakers call for designation of Mexican cartels as terror organizations. A duo of Republican congressmen are petitioning Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, asking him to designate Mexican drug cartels as terror organizations. Fox News reported that they behead, dismember, kidnap for ransom, instigate deadly shootings and bombings and control entire communities, yet Mexican cartels are not designated foreign terrorist organizations, FTOs, in the United States. The classification issue previously gained little traction, despite increased concerns over U.S. border security, but a renewed vocal push by some retired law enforcement officials shed light on the question once again. This is nothing new. As long as 7 years ago lawmakers were trying to designate cartels as terror organizations. U.S. Representatives Chip Roy, RTX, and Dr. Mark Green, RTN, drafted a letter that will be sent to Secretary of State Mike Pompeo requesting specific Mexican cartel factions be designated as foreign terrorist organizations, FTOs. The letter follows years of coverage by Breitbart News and calls from Border Cartel Chronicles director Brandon Darby for these specific cartel factions to be added to the terror list. In a draft of the letter to U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo obtained by Breitbart News, Congressman Roy and Green wrote, "Numerous drug cartels employ terrorist tactics that clearly fit this definition, such as the Reynosa, Los Metros faction of the Gulf Cartel, the Cartel del Noreste faction of Los Zetas, the Jalisco New Generation cartel offshoot of the Sinaloa cartel. These groups use terror to intimidate and to advance their agenda. They threaten the stability of governments across the globe. Even the United Nations Security Council has recognized the clear link between drug trafficking and terrorism. Violent drug cartels are not just a domestic policy issue limited to their home countries. These groups view America's sovereign borders as merely minor inconveniences." In 2017, Immigration and Customs Enforcement made more than 2,300 fentanyl arrests and 405 seizures of fentanyl totaling 2,383 pounds. Additionally, cartels operate human trafficking operations into the U.S. that compel victims into forced labor or sexual slavery. While it is difficult to estimate the number of people trafficked each year into the United States, the Department of Justice increased the number of trafficking cases filed by 79% between 2009 and 2016. About 80% of trafficked victims are women, and half are children. Cartels are the problem, and it is time we started acting like it. These cartels undermine our national security with the relentless attack on our border while trafficking in human beings and dangerous narcotics, Rep. Roy said in a written statement. Cartels are endangering American citizens, our Mexican neighbors, and the migrants who seek to come here. I am proud to join my friend Representative Mark Green to urge the State Department to consider designating them as a foreign terror organization." Dr. Green added, "These cartels have utilized barbaric tactics including those adopted by ISIS and Al-Qaeda, murdering and torturing innocents, destabilizing countries and assassinating members of law enforcement. Moreover, they threaten our homeland security. Our communities suffer from the powerful and dangerous drugs cartels make available to our citizens. Fentanyl and heroin overdoses have taken thousands of lives." Before being elected to Congress, Dr. Green served in the U.S. Army and Army Reserves. He deployed twice to Iraq and once to Afghanistan. Both the Reynosa faction of the Gulf Cartel and CDN of Los Zetas long ago crossed the line from being drug cartels to being terror groups, Darby tweeted last week. They directly use acts of terror to obtain and hold complete control over every facet of society in the territories they control.